Hey, Chris, thanks for doing the Biscuit Blitz with me today. I appreciate it.
Absolutely. It's fantastic to be here. What an honor. I'm so
Oh,
I've
God.
watched what you guys have put out, and it's a pleasure to be on. Thanks for having me.
Well, we love your work in the community too. And we love Bolt Group, and there's a lot about, in the Chris universe that we're big fans of. But let's start here. Just introduce yourself to our viewers, your name, how long you've lived in Charlotte, and your role out there.
Sure. Absolutely. Well, my name is Chris Cureton. I grew up in Waxhaw, which is about 40 minutes south of Charlotte. I did leave North Carolina in 2005, but I quickly moved back around 2009, and I've been in Charlotte for 11 years now.
And what's your
Um,
role at Bolt Group?
Yeah, so I am the creative director at Bolt Group, which is a design innovation firm. And we've been a part of Charlotte for 35 years now. The company is made up of expert designers, strategists, researchers, and engineers. And we focus on a people-centered design thinking process that allows us to do product design, brand building, designing digital experiences, as well as service design.
Well, we're big fans. I mean, from Monty to Ed to Jamie and everyone else over there, we just love all the work that Bolt Group does, but also what Bolt Group represents for Charlotte. I mean, it is a pillar of the design community here, and it's pretty amazing that we have you all here in Charlotte. So,
Yeah, we've got a bunch of people here for sure.
well, let me start the Biscuit Blitz countdown clock, and we'll just
All
dive
right.
in. And let's start here. Tell me a little bit about how the pandemic that we're in the throes of right now, how has that been impacting you personally and or professionally?
Well, to be honest, it's impacted basically everything that we're doing right now. We're definitely, from an individual standpoint, we're feeling the impact in our day-to-day lives and how we're working together. But we're also seeing the impact on our clients. And we're in a unique position to sort of see the effect across a broad range of industries, just from the nature of our business. And so what we've been trying to do is be proactive with our existing clients, making sure they are solid and grounded in their purpose, which we often help develop, and that helps influence how they are going to shift their products and services. And then we're helping new clients analyze where they fit into this new normal. And what's been really interesting is that during this time, all of the action around the Black Lives Matter movement, it's really added I'll say, refreshed level of social consciousness for businesses as well. And so there's an opportunity to look through all of this through a new lens, and it's really exciting. There's, a renewed sense of humanity with everything right now.
There certainly is. I mean, we have stirred up energy like that. I mean, you just realize that it becomes a cauldron where change and impact can be born from that energy. And to that point, and speaking of shifting, there's a lot of shifting happening in our society right now, and you're passionate about inspiring diversity in the field of design. And so I'd love to hear more about that and the sort of the challenges that you're putting forth to your colleagues around that topic.
Absolutely. And this has been a major concern for me, because the truth is that media and design industries have a lot of impact on how people view other people every day. And so working within an industry that deals with communication in general, we understand the power of images and words. And a lot of problems that we're seeing right now, I believe, stem from a lot of the stereotypes, which is a form of communication that in the past, these industries have used quite recklessly, if I'm honest. And so the issue with that is that stereotypes, we've talked about this people-centered design, stereotypes definitely strip down that humanity that we want to preserve. Because stereotypes cause us to treat people really not like people, but as more generalities or commodities even. And I actually like to refer to myself as part of the human race, more so because I believe races are treated too much like generalities. And so it's always about that individual person, whether we're designing something or product or just communicating. And I think the problem for Blacks is that that generality began in this country as a commodity, and commodities have no humanity. And I think that's what Black Lives Matter really is. It's trying to say is that Blacks have been fighting to gain this complete humanity in America for a long time, from a media standpoint. It's easy to forget that we're not that far removed from needing the civil rights movement. In fact, John Lewis's death recently is a great reminder that we're not so far from that. And so these conversations around diversity and inclusion are definitely important to me.
Yeah, I mean, so what I hear you saying is this acknowledgement that the work that you and your colleagues do helps to shape American culture, perspective, views, worldviews, and so there's a responsibility that comes with that, and that in shifting the way that people in your field approach their work, we can reshape our community moving forward in many ways.
100%. And I know you know this, is that there's so many benefits that we see around diversity, especially from a creative standpoint. It's easy to see that when you get a lot of different people from a lot of different backgrounds and experiences, there's so much creativity that comes out of that. And so that is essential. What I think we need to remember is that lack of diversity is where a lot of stereotypes can come from. And so if we're not seeing certain people represented in media, in art, in film, it is easy to go down that path where it leads to a lot of oversimplification of people that is not good.
So let's end with this then. Behind this passion, this drive of yours, how is it materializing? Is it with frank, honest conversations with your colleagues in the field? Are there other more specific ways that this work is starting to take shape?
Yeah, absolutely. And that's why it's so important is we have power to influence not only ourselves internally and around Charlotte, but we're working with companies around the world. And hopefully this perspective, this people-centered design that we're focused on can help influence how people are depicted in general. And you know, that brings us all closer together when we can bring the humanity from a design standpoint.
Well, Chris, I'm really excited to talk to you about this. I feel like this is just the beginning of a longer, much deeper conversation around this incredible work that you're putting forth into the community. So thank you for that. And thanks for all the creativity you're putting out into Charlotte as well, both through the Bolt Group and otherwise. You're an amazing creative Charlottean, and it's been awesome to spend a few minutes getting blitzed with you in the afternoon on the Biscuit Blitz.
Yeah, absolutely. This is a conversation that we could go on and on about. So looking forward to the next one.
Thanks so much, Chris.
Thank you.